All right, so here we are. Thank you for coming by. It's Tori Magoo. Today is the 31st of May. It's the end of May.
Yeah.
It's almost my birthday month, which is June. So I'm here with Purple Rain,
Hmm.
and we're having we've had an excellent day. She came from Australia,
Hmm.
arrived, I think today, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so what did we do today that you
Oh,
liked?
well, we upset the people at Celebrities.
No, she
Uh,
was really great with that.
and what else? We went
Went to
on the tour.
CCHR. We went to
Yes.
the Citizens Commission on Human Rights,
Yeah.
which is Scientology's anti-psychiatry
Yeah.
museum.
Boy, is it anti-psychiatry.
Woo! Intense.
Yeah.
And one of my old friends, Richie, I just forgot his last name, but Richie, anyway, Richie
She
works
knows
there.
him well.
I know him well, but you know me and my names. I'm bad at them. Okay, so anyway, Richie was there. Richie Atrix? Anyway, I forget his last name. But at
It'll
least I
come to
remember
you.
his first
Yeah.
name. And it was really cute because I had sunglasses and he was like, "And what is your name?" And I knew he knew me, right? So I said, "It's Tori." And he goes, "Oh," because I thought you had a double if it wasn't.
Yeah.
So what did you think of the museum?
I thought it was quite biased, but it also did make you think, as far as some of the human rights violations in psychiatry. But it's not that they deny those,
Right.
it's a stage, a historical
Yeah,
stage.
they go way, way back into these old things that were awful.
Yeah.
And it's like, at the end, Richie, we came out and he said, well, just follow the money. And I said, and that's the same for Scientology.
Yeah,
And
that
he goes,
really made
good
me
luck
laugh.
with that.
Yeah, we were quite surprised that they let us in when they knew who Tori was.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
but I think they
you
have to
were
keep
not
it
allowed to
separate.
take pictures.
Yeah, I tried to take a picture, and he darted right in and said, "Erase those pictures right away."
Yes, yeah.
It's copyright material. So that, and then we did the Magoo tour, where we went around to the different
Yes,
buildings and the complex, and of
yeah,
course they had the security guards out there, and
yes. A
but they
couple
were
of
pretty
them
nice.
helpfully directed
Yeah, they
us
were nice.
to where the museum was.
Yeah, we couldn't find it actually. It turned out they had a big van in front of it, so that's why we couldn't find it. We kept
Yeah.
driving back and forth trying to find it.
Oh, and there was some of the curtain tech.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
tell about that.
Oh well, apparently there's an event tomorrow
At the
at the
complex.
complex celebrating the Great Portland Org opening.
Yeah, right. Oh
uh,
boy.
and you had to feel a bit sorry for the guy who was putting up all the
Yeah, the
curtains
curtains.
around the car park
Yeah.
because he was so well-meaning and helpful and talking about what an awesome event it was, and
Oh, God.
he'd already seen the video. He had no idea.
Right. And for anyone who doesn't know, these are big white panels that they put all around the parking lots of the
Mm.
complex so nobody can see in. And I said to Richie, I mean, I showed him that photograph because he wanted to make sure I didn't take more photographs. And it came to the white curtain tech, and I said, "Why do you guys do that? You just look so stupid. It
Yeah.
looks so weird. You're a church." He goes, "Well, it's a private event." And I said, "You're a church. You're trying to be a church. You're trying to promote your church. Not that they are. In
Yeah.
my view, they're a cult and very far away from any kind of church that I know of." But anyway, he said, "Well, that's just what we do."
Yeah, Tori made the point that it really does look a bit weird when you're putting screens up around your car park.
Yeah.
Like, hello.
Yeah, welcome everybody, but we got screens all over the
Yeah.
place. You can't see a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very weird. So, and how did you feel about LA? Because you've been here before, right?
Yeah. In 1990 with ITO, which
Right.
is one of the reasons why I wanted to go to Celebrity Centre because
Oh,
we
yeah.
toured that back in 1990.
Right.
Um, and it was quite good to be back.
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoyed it last time I was here, and that was with Scientology, so it was a whole lot more fun with Tori. Yeah, no, I really like it. I love the vibe of it.
Yeah, we had a good
Yeah,
time.
yeah, I really had a great day. So
Yeah, it was a really good day. It was
yeah,
cute at Celebrity Center. We pulled up, we went around the block, and then as we came up to the corner, the security guard darted over on his bike, and I knew he was there for me especially because he knew me,
yes,
right? And he said that he leans in and he goes, I know Tori. Who are you? And Purple Rain says, I'm not sure if I should answer that. Say what you said.
I don't think I should tell you that.
Yeah, it was really great. And she said it in such a cute way. Even he started laughing.
Yeah.
It was like,
yeah, he knew I shouldn't tell him as well. But I
Yeah.
actually thought of telling him for a second. It's like, oh, someone's asked me a question I have to answer.
I know she wrote her name in the CCHR thing, and I was like, not that you can't. It's just they'll
Yeah.
send her promo forever. But
Yeah.
you're studying something
Well,
that
they did.
it'll
I
help.
didn't write my address, so
Oh,
good
right,
luck
true.
tracking that down.
So anyway,
yeah.
it was an interesting day. It was. We
Yeah,
had
it
a
was a
good time.
great
We
day.
had fun. It's a
We-
fun town to cruise
For
around.
one hopeful moment, we thought maybe that CCHR had gone because we couldn't. So hard to find.
Yeah, we couldn't find it in one of the buildings that I thought was totally empty and gutted, and we thought,
Hooray!
oh my God. But it is
Yeah.
spooky to hear how many places they said they were bringing in. What did he say?
What was it?
Doctors and
It was the
dentists.
police or something. No,
The police,
who
yeah.
was it today?
Yeah, the sheriff or something. It was like they're definitely impinging in the communities trying to pitch this thing, and I don't know. I'd be curious to hear, from other people asking around if what do people think of that?
Yeah.
And you guys on the YouTube site, what do you think of it? I mean, I think most of you agree with us. I mean, but anyway, it's like he said, follow the money. Well, follow the money in Scientology. They had their big donation thing right there where you could give a free donation. My favorite story of CCHR was the last time I went, the first time with Casper, and it was really hot. It was in the summertime, and there were all these kids in the lobby. And I went up to one of the kids and I said, "Are you here for CCHR?" And he said, "Oh, hell no. We're at the music school, but we come down here because they have great air conditioning."
So that's a bit of a draw card, the old air conditioning.
So anyway, how long are you going to be here?
Well, about 5 weeks altogether in America. So
Good.
yeah.
And you were in the Sea Org, right?
Yeah, for 18 months, the last 18 months I was in there.
Wow.
But because I was the flag rep, I was garrisoned at my class 4 org.
What does that mean, you were garrisoned?
Oh, well, I just stayed there, like I was posted permanently to my class 4 org.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was kind of still like being on staff, except for wearing the uniform and having all sorts of other rules that you could have lived without.
And how did you get out?
Of the Sea Org?
Yeah.
I tried to route out for 9 weeks, and eventually it was Mother's Day. I went back up for that, and I just never went back.
Yay.
And they were going to declare me at that point. They told my husband to leave me.
Disconnect, yeah.
And he said no, and they actually did give me an FB fitness board while I wasn't there, so that was fine. I was quite happy to be unfit to be in the Sea Org. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, good. And then how did you get out of Scientology altogether?
Well, for me, that pretty much was the point. I mean, when my ex-husband left, they posted someone on our doorstep, and he was there for days. So we had my kids we had the curtains all drawn.
Why was somebody posted at your doorstep?
Well, they didn't really care if I left, but he was quite valuable. He was quite valuable to them, and because he could body route, he could reg.
He brought in the money.
He could soup,
right.
A whole lot of different courses that no one else could.
Yeah.
He could audit.
Okay.
So he was really useful. He was also fast, like if we had an all hands mailing or something. I'd still be licking my first envelope, and he'd done about 6. So yeah, and also because I was the flag rep and the ED was on the same level, he was never happy about having someone else there.
Good.
Yeah, so they didn't care if I left. That was, bye, see you. But
that's good.
When he left, that was when, they really wanted to keep him. And so the guy was posted on our doorstep.
Yeah.
And eventually I felt sorry for him sitting in my flower bed all day. And, I offered him a cup of coffee, and I said, as long as I'll get you a coffee as long as you don't, try and push your way in.
Right.
So I made him a very nice cup of coffee, and he did still push his way in. And so I'm like, get out,
Yeah.
And he was like, the only way I'm leaving, I think he even said that before I said get out, the only way I'm leaving is if you call the police. I'm like,
Oh
I don't want
my
to call the police.
God.
That's why I made you a cup of coffee. I really don't want to call
Wow.
the police on you. But he was adamant about that. It was like he'd been drilled to say that.
Right.
So I was like, oh my God. Well, I'll have to call the police.
Yeah.
Which is like tantamount to saying, declare me.
Right.
I'm calling the police
Yeah.
on another Scientologist
Yeah.
on my org. And so I did. By the time the police got there, he had gone. Even while I was on the phone to him, he left.
Wow.
Yeah, then we had this horrible phone call from the ED, which left me completely shaken, which we're also able to play to the police.
Oh, good.
So, yeah. And after that, I guess, we really just stayed away from everything. I mean, they thought I was the suppressive one. But,
of course.
Yeah, sometimes, a new change of staff would happen, and we'd have hope that, to start with, we just thought it's the org, it's not the tech,
right,
or it's management,
Right.
So the last thing to kind of go was, the respect for Hubbard and,
yeah, that's usually
tech.
a good last thing.
Yeah.
It's a bit of an unraveling, but it's wonderful once you kind of shed things up, isn't it?
But then every so often you're still surprised at how much is still there.
Yeah.
Like, you might not notice it, but like someone who knows a bit about Scientology will notice an attitude or a saying.
Right.
Yeah.
Or the way, like one friend of mine in Ireland has been pointing out to me, it isn't the words that ex-Scientologists use, but it's how they use them. There isn't a normal way of the words being used.
Right.
And so he's kind of educating me on that. It's like, wow, really? It's interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway, we better go because I only have so many minutes on YouTube, and we got to go up to Universal City Walk.
Yes, hooray.
All right, well, thank you for coming and doing a video. And if you want to say anything to ESMB or the gang.
Hello, ESMB.
Hello, we are together. All right, we have some fun pictures I'll post on my Facebook.
Oh my God.
Oh, come on.
All my fat, she's posting all my fat pictures.
Oh. All right, so say goodbye. Peace out. Ciao.